I have a question, and I almost hate to ask this, but I think people would like to know.
Sure.
You know, we know there's trolls, and I have no doubt that people attack you personally. Have people said disparaging things about your children?
Oh yeah, people say nasty things about me, my children, my husband. When they go for the girls, that's when the mama bear comes out. I can't like just mute it. I have to be like, F you, like that's a child talking about. Like, why don't you like hit the unfollow button and go find something to do with your life? When it's
Are these women? Can you tell?
Yeah, some are women for sure. Some are moms, and some are moms who like also attack me and are like, you know, you're a horrible mom and you're this and you're that. And you have to kind of just be like, okay, thanks for your opinion. You know,
do you think the negative sentiments and the negative feedback and the trolling, you know, I feel like we reached epic heights sort of in 2020 and even, you know, the last few years. Do you feel that there's a wave that's going down? Do you think it's getting worse? Is it getting more like, what's your vibe? I mean, how are you, the feedback that you're getting? Is it, or is it just suck?
You know, it's funny. It's like there's some days I show up and I feel so lit up by my community, and there's so many amazing people, and I continue to meet amazing people. And moms DM me like a bunch last week. I had all these new DMs. I had no idea where they came from. And they're like, oh, I listened to you on a couple podcasts and I saw you relaunch some YouTube stuff. And they're like, thank you so much for being so out there and vulnerable. Like it really helped me. And those conversations, like those messages are what keep me going and being like, wow, I'm doing the right thing in this space. There are some really good people who are coming around me, so ignore the trolls. But then there are some days where I get on and it's just nasty, and I'm just like, oh, why am I on here? Like, and I have to sign off. Those days I go back to my boundaries and I'm like, I'm just not going to be on today, and I just won't get on my stories that day. I'll post quotes, so I'm like still technically engaging, but I'm not. I'm not there. Like you won't see my face for a few days because I'm dealing with whatever is going on DMs and on my feed, and that happens often, you know. And I think kind of comes with the territory, you know. It's like people want to express their opinion whether you like it or not, and they want to feel heard. Everybody feels like they have a platform and a microphone nowadays, whether that's good or not. And you know,
and they feel like they kind of own a part of you because they're invested in your life.
Yes, and they feel like, and they feel like they can step in no matter what because you've given them that permission to do so, which I guess to a point you have, but at the same time, like my husband says to me all the time, he's like someone wrote last week on one of my posts, they were like, you're one of the most ugly women I've ever seen in my life, and like really nasty. That was like a whole like broke down like my face, my body, like real yeah. It was like one of the worst ones I've gotten, and I showed it to my husband, and he was like, okay, he's like I hope you're not, and I'm like, no, I'm all right. I just had to kind of like show you to like laugh it off. And he looked at me and he goes, no one would walk up to you and actually say that to your face.
At all. It's so true.
Yeah.
And so are you okay? Like, are you okay when you read stuff like that?
For a moment, I'm not going to lie. Like, I definitely had a moment where I was like, okay, let me like calm down for a second. Because I was angry. I was sad. I was a lot of emotions. But then I also, I'm not going to lie, I kind of sat there and was like, wow, how sad this person must be as a person to like feel like that they needed to lash out on me like that so heavily, that like, what's going on with them? You know what I mean? And so I just kind of was like, I'm not even going to respond. I just literally hit delete. And usually I don't do that, but I just was like, yeah, this isn't serving anybody. I'm not leaving it for anybody to read. I'm not reading it for me to read again. Like, you know, it was just like, it was too much. Sometimes if people leave opinions and they don't agree, I'll just leave them because I'm like, whatever, everyone has an opinion. But it was just too much. And so times when that happens, I'm not going to lie, it's hard to be an influencer. It's hard to be in the space. But, you know, I mean, same with the podcast, though. Every now and again, someone won't like, you know, a certain interview and, you know, and they don't resonate with it. And it's like, look, hey, I'm not for everybody. Like I saw a quote the other day that said like, you know, we are all not for everybody. We think we need to be for everybody. Even as an influencer, we think we need to be for everybody, but we're not. Like as human beings, we're not for everybody. Like we're friends because we get along and, you know, we connect on so many different things, but like we're not friends with every single person. Yeah. It doesn't make you a bad person. It also doesn't mean you have to be a troll and attack people, but you can be civil, right? Like when we're out in the world and you're walking past someone, if you don't necessarily like them, I'm not going to like go up to them and attack them, hopefully. So you just keep walking, move along, right? So that's where I feel like the social media space is definitely getting out of control. People feel like no matter what, they have to say something, or like cancel culture really bothers me because I feel like I don't care where you are. To me, it's like how you treat others is what really speaks to you. It doesn't matter like where your beliefs are. That's for you to figure out. But like, it's not for someone else to decide like you should be canceled before. And that's my opinion. And I've gotten yelled at for that too. I've gotten yelled at for saying, you know, that's not right. And, you know, I should be on this side versus that side. And I'm like, look, I'm not on the side. I'm on the side of everyone should be treated with kindness. Everyone should be treated with dignity. Like we're all human beings. And right now we're all doing our best to survive, you know? So you shouldn't, you know, that just like shouldn't be allowed on social media. And it bothers me that it is getting louder and louder.